Hi, my name is Henzi and I'm Managing Director of Meso Middle East. Today, I'm going to tell you why you need a holding company. In order to provide services, your company is going to need a license through which to provide those services. And that'll be the company that enters into agreements with clients or customers for the provision of those services. As such, if anything were to go wrong, that's the company that would assume liability and, in a contractual relationship, the one that is more likely to be sued. As such, people usually consider setting up a holding company. Now, a holding company is beneficial for a whole bunch of reasons, and it makes your entire structure more attractive to investors if you're seeking future investment. That's where the holding company comes in. So you'll set up your holding company above your operational entity in your corporate structure, and you'll have it hold all the shares in your operational entity, or some of the shares depending on how you structure it. But then you'll move everything of importance in the underlying structure up into your holding company. So you'll move your intellectual property, your assets, your shares in other companies, etc. So if anything goes wrong at operational company level, you can just sever the two off and everything of importance to the underlying structure will be held safe in your holding company. Therefore, holding companies are usually set up as a method of safeguarding your assets from your liabilities. This is extremely attractive to investors because they know that the money that they're putting into your business is being safeguarded by all the assets and the things of importance held at holding company level. So in an ideal structure, you would have your holding company owning all of the shares in your underlying businesses, and thereby you would add all of your shareholders at holding company level. Now, depending where you open up your holding company will dictate how much flexibility you have in molding or forming that holding company to what you want and what's most ideal for you and your investors. So we usually suggest Abu Dhabi Global Markets, where your operating companies are within the Middle East. Abu Dhabi Global Markets, or ADGM as it's better known as, is a financially regulated free zone in Abu Dhabi, and it offers something called an SPV, a special purpose vehicle, which is used synonymously in ADGM as a holding company. We often suggest ADGM as the jurisdiction to set up your holding company when your operational entities and your investors are in the Middle East. Now, having said that, that doesn't mean that the holding company cannot hold shares in a company located anywhere in the world or receive investment from almost anywhere in the world within reason, right? So the main reason that we suggest ADGM as the jurisdiction for your holding company when you have an operational entity in the Middle East is for practicality reasons, and specifically with regards to your bank account. So you'll want to set up a bank account for your holding company in which you can receive investment and pay dividends. And for this reason, it's good to have your holding company in a time zone that's quite similar to your operational entities, so that you're not always a day behind with your banking transactions. Another reason why we like ADGM is because it's a common law jurisdiction which is governed by English law. So for those of you that are located outside of the UAE and don't know this, we have two parallel legal systems that operate here. We have the UAE laws, which are governed by the UAE courts, and then we also have English law, which is governed by either the DIFC courts or the ADGM courts. Incorporating your company in a common law jurisdiction governed by English law means that you can take advantage of all of the structuring for a company that's available under English law. So for example, you could have different classes of shares, first rights of refusal, tags, drags, whatever it is that you wanted to incorporate from English law when structuring your company. ADGM also has a very good reputation and is becoming internationally renowned. Setting up your holding company in ADGM also doesn't come with the same usual connotations which are attached to some holding companies. For example, those that are incorporated in what people like to refer to as tax havens. ADGM's fees are very reasonable for setting up an SPV or a holding company, same thing. The only thing is that it is mandatory now for each and every company being incorporated to have a registered corporate service provider, what we call a CSP. So any company wanting to set up an ADGM has to go through a registered CSP, but the benefit of that is that the CSP will also keep track of the company over the 12 months until the renewal period, and will remind the client about filing deadlines, help them with filing their annual accounts, and any other things that need to be done for the company. If you'd like to know more about holding companies, whether it be right for your structure or have any other questions after this, please feel free to reach out to us.